Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. Hello everyone and welcome to your English class. In our lesson today, we'll start with our second unit, which is titled, I Wonder What Happened. Our lesson today is the Listen and Discuss lesson in your books, page 20 and 21. All you need for the lesson today is your books, the Listen and Discuss lesson, page 20 and 21, a sheet of paper and a pen to take down your notes. So let's get started. By the end of today's lesson, you will be able to respond to questions about speculations. You will be able to speculate about facts and events. Also, you will be able to answer specific questions through listening to an audio. So let's get started with these. Okay. Have you ever been involved or heard of a situation that was mysterious and seemed to be has no logical explanation? Let's speak about a situation that you will say that blew my mind. I have no explanation for that one. Something that is mysterious. I can't tell why this happened or that thing happened. It could be an accident. It could be you can speak about you heard a sound, or it could be part of the news, something that you have no explanation about. Okay, now in your book's page 20, you will look at some of the pictures and write words for some of the things and actions that you see in each picture. We'll start for each picture. You will tell what you really can see, then you will tell me why we would have such an event or such a thing. So let's start with the first picture. In here, what is really happening in here? We're having a train or a locomotive. A locomotive is the first part or the first moving part of the train, the locomotive, and it hits the wall. It had an accident. Can you make any explanation? Here, what could have happened? Why do we have this accident? Maybe we can tell that this is not reality. It could be a drawn picture. Or we can say that maybe the train had a problem within it, technical problem. That's why we're having the accident. You can come up with any explanation, something that happened before the picture was taken. Let's look at number 2. What do we have in here? In reality, we're having a truck. What's wrong with it? A truck accident, a road accident. What could have happened before we're having the accident? Maybe it is because of the driver. The driver was drowsy, he was sleepy, then he had the accident. Maybe on the road we're having a problem, maybe water or oil, then it slid and it skidded. All of these explanations are possible. However, we're not sure about any one of these. Number 3, what can you see in here? We're having here a man who's running and we're having a bull coming after him. What could have he done before the picture was taken? Something that happened before. Maybe he had teased the bull. You can notice that he's holding a red rug. Maybe this is the thing that teased the bull. Number 4, what do we have in here? We're having a building. Looks like it is, we're having a statue of, we're having a planet. Then, what could it be? Any explanation for this one? For me, it doesn't look like a school. It looks like more like an observatory. People will go there and they will observe the sky and the stars. Number 5, what do we have in here? It's a city or a group of houses that are all destructed. We're having destruction. What could it be or what could have happened? Any explanations for what happened? It could be a storm, tornado, maybe a war that happened before, a strike. Number 6, what do we have? We're having here a hole on the floor. Any explanations for that? Maybe an explosion happened, or maybe we had a meteorite. This one is a meteorite. It hit, then we had this hole. Then we're having number 7. Can you describe what we have in the picture? We're having a man who is posing for the picture. He's wearing his sunglasses. What do we say in here? What could it be? Maybe someone is taking a photo for him, or it could be an advertisement for these sunglasses. So these are what really happened, facts, and what could have happened before taking the picture. Now, in your books, page 20, match the sentences with the pictures. We're going to read the sentences one by one, and you are supposed to match them with the pictures 1 to 7. Number 1, or A. There must have been a hurricane or a tornado. This one is a hurricane or a tornado. Which one? This is an explanation for which result or which picture? It could be, or it should be, an explanation for picture number 5. Maybe they had a tornado or a hurricane, a storm, the night before. That's why we're having this result. How about number 2? B. It can't be a real locomotive. It must be an advertisement. It can't be a locomotive or a train. Which one? I will say that it must be number 1. How about C? He might have teased the bull. So we're looking for a man's picture. So he must have teased the bull. I would match it with number 3, the man who's followed by the bull. D. The driver must have lost control of the truck. So we're having maybe a man and we will have a truck. I will match it with number 2, the skid or the sled. We're having here truck. How about E? It might be a new design of sunglasses. Which one is the most suitable in here? Sunglasses. It must be number 7. It must be the crater of a volcano, or maybe a meteorite that could have fallen. This one is a volcano. The top is the crater of a volcano, and or maybe we're having a meteorite that had fallen. Which one would this sentence would describe? Which picture? It would describe picture number 6. G. It could be something from another planet. We can describe it with picture number 4. I told you that it's a building. My explanation, it's a building. Someone else's explanation could be something from another planet. Okay. Now, in your book's page 20, I want you to come and underline the expressions in the sentences, page 20, that suggest ideas about what probably happened or what something probably is. We're not speaking about reality, about speculations, our guesses. These sentences that are in the previous exercise, these they are. We have said there must have been a hurricane or a tornado. When I wanted to come up with a speculation or a guess, I have said in here, must have been. Am I sure? Mostly sure. I am mostly sure. Must have been a hurricane or a tornado. It can't be a real locomotive. Here, can't be. I'm saying no way it's a locomotive. It must be an advertisement. More likely, an advertisement. Less likely or impossible that it is a real locomotive. It could be a drawn one or just an advertisement. He might have teased the bull. Here, I'm saying might have. Maybe, I'm not sure. Maybe it is part of the game. Then, the driver must have lost control of the truck. Here I said, must have. I am much more sure that the driver must have lost control. It might be a new design of sunglasses. Here I have chosen might be. More likely, I guess, probably. And it must be the crater of a volcano, must be, I am much more sure, or maybe could have a meteorite could have fallen. It's a guess. Maybe the meteorite have fallen the day before. It could be something from another planet. Could be. We are making a guess in here. So all of these sentences, we're not speaking about the truth, not what we really can see. It's about a guess for what happened before the picture was taken. Okay. So when we are saying to speculate, all of these sentences are speculation. When you speculate, you are actually to form a theory or a conjecture about a subject without firm evidence. It's a kind of a guess. I have a picture in front of me and I'm trying to guess why would I have such a result. A friend was absent. He must be sick. He can't be lazy. Someone who, my father didn't call me. I will say, I will try to speculate. He must be busy. He might have another thing or another call to do. So I'm not sure. I'm making my own guesses about what have happened, so I am having this result. Okay. Now in the pair work part on your books, page 21, in here, let's look at this picture. What could have happened? Make your own speculations. You could say that in here, the man could have teased the bull. Not could, he could have teased before the picture. What about this building? What do you think it is? Let's make guesses. This building, it can't be a house. For me, I will say this is impossible to be a house. Can't be a house. Or I can say it must be an observatory. More likely for me, it's an observatory. People will go there and will gaze the stars. Let's look at this picture. What might have happened? You will look at this picture and tell me. What I really can see is destruction, broken houses, and what have happened before that? Maybe a tornado might have hit the city. It could be because of a tornado, or maybe because of a war or any other thing. Okay. Now, in your book's page 21, we're having a text in there. What is the title? We're having the title in here, Meteorite Hits House. Meteorite hits house. What do the pictures show? The pictures in here, we're having, on your right, we're having a meteorite that is fallen, and the other one, two pieces, which are, we call them fragments, two pieces, just as if they were rocks. Okay, then what happened to Ray and Judy Fawcett's house? You will listen now and you will tell about the general idea. So it is about comprehension. What had happened to the house? We're speaking about the reality. Let's listen.
Meteorite hits house, New Orleans, Louisiana, USA. When Ray and Judy Fawcett arrived home on the afternoon of September 23, 2003, they discovered to their amazement that a meteorite had crashed through their two-story house. Neighbors said that they had heard a terrific noise, and two people had actually seen the fireball when the meteor hit. The meteorite had penetrated through the Fawcett's roof and the house's 2 floors, and it had ended up in the crawl space under the house, leaving debris and fragments along its path. A total mass of 42.5 pounds, 19.3 kilograms, from the meteorite was recovered from the Fawcett house. The 3 largest fragments weighed 6.5 pounds, 2.9 kilograms, 2.9 pounds, 1.3 kilograms, and 2.2 pounds, 1 kilogram.
So, what happened to Ray and Judy Fawcett's house? We're speaking about the general idea of the text. Their house was hit by a meteorite, just like the one that is in here. It was hit by a meteorite. Now, we will look at the text. It looks like as if it were a story from a newspaper or a magazine. Meteorite hits house, then weekly edition, the daily reading journal, then we're having New Orleans, Louisiana, USA. So you can notice that as if it were a story in a magazine or a newspaper. Now we will listen one more time, and this time you will answer with true or false in your book's page 21. When the Fawcetts got home, the roof had been smashed. Yes or no? The crash happened while they were asleep. The Fawcetts' neighbors said they hadn't heard anything. The meteorite had left a lot of destruction in its path. The largest fragment wasn't as heavy as a tennis ball. Let's listen again.
Meteorite hits house, New Orleans, Louisiana, USA. When Ray and Judy Fawcett arrived home on the afternoon of September 23, 2003, they discovered to their amazement that a meteorite had crashed through their two-story house. Neighbors said that they had heard a terrific noise, and two people had actually seen the fireball when the meteor hit. The meteorite had penetrated through the Fawcett's roof and the house's 2 floors, and it had ended up in the crawl space under the house, leaving debris and fragments along its path. A total mass of 42.5 pounds, 19.3 kilograms, from the meteorite was recovered from the Fawcett house. The 3 largest fragments weighed 6.5 pounds, 2.9 kilograms, 2.9 pounds, 1.3 kilograms, and 2.2 pounds, 1 kilogram.
Okay, number 1. When the Fawcetts got home, the roof had been smashed. Yes or no? True or false? So yes, it was true. It was all destructed or smashed. Number 2. The crash happened while they were asleep. Were they at the house? I guess not. So false. When they arrived home, so it happened while they are away from home. Number 3. The Fawcett's neighbors said they hadn't heard anything. It happened and there were no sounds. Yes or no? I guess no, because they had heard a strong noise. Then the meteorite had left a lot of destruction in its path. The result was lots of destruction. So yes, it had left a lot of destruction afterwards and in its path. The largest fragment wasn't as heavy as a tennis ball. In here, no, it was almost 3 kilograms, so it is larger than a tennis ball. Okay, now what had happened? You can organize the story, the Fawcett's family's house story. You can organize it into 4 steps. What had happened? Maybe I will say the meteorite had hit the house. This is the first thing that happened. Then the neighbors had seen a fireball. After the hitting, we're having a fireball. Then neighbors had heard a terrific noise. You will see, then you will hear. Then Ray and Judy Fawcett arrived home. At the beginning, we're having the destruction or the meteorite. Then you will see the fireball followed by the sound. Then they arrived and they noticed that the house was wholly destructed. Okay. As a language builder, the meteorology is the study of weather. We were saying meteorite we mean something that is falling from the sky. However, meteorology is the study of weather. However, the word meteorite was coined, the first one who started using it. It was used by the ancient people who mistakenly believed that meteorites were weather phenomena, but scientists now know that it isn't true. So, meteorite was named by a mistake. However, meteorology is the study of weather, weather forecast, whether we're having a rainy weather, we're having a sunny, or what is the weather going to be like. So, weather forecasting. Now, in your books, page 89, exercise A. Complete the sentences using the words in the box. So, we're going to use whether a volcano, crater, bull, tornado, meteorite, or debris. The S here is silent. Let's start reading number 1. We stayed near an awesome lake on our vacation. A had made wet thousands of years ago. Then the huge hole filled with water and made the lake. So we stayed at A. In here, we're having a meteorite had made what? It made a crater. So we're having it hit, then it made a crater, which is on the top. Then it was filled with water. Mount St. Helens looks like half of a mountain. Actually, it is a. When it erupted, the word erupt here is our key word. When it erupted in 1980, it destroyed the trees that had grown around it for hundreds of years. The idea of eruption is the kind of explosion from underneath the earth into the sky. So we're having the eruption, so we will have a volcano. A volcano. Next, number 3. I had never been to the state of Texas before. Before I went there with my family. We rented a car and drove across the state. We had been in the car for about 30 minutes when we saw a very strange sign. It was yellow and had the image of a black thing on it. We later learned that there are a lot of them in Texas. It looks like it is a black tornado. These powerful windstorms, notice we're having a windstorm, which is the tornado, can destroy trees and buildings and leave a lot of to clean up afterwards. When we're having a tornado, as a result, we will have debris, which is the destruction that comes after the war, after, let's say, after the tornado or a hurricane. Number 4, during our vacation in Texas, we also went to rodeo. Rodeos are very popular and a lot of fun. We saw cowboys, horses, as well as, and even clowns. After the rodeo, we met one of the clowns and we had seen in one of the events. So we can match it here with bulls. They had bulls, where they have horses and cowboys as well. Okay. For your homework, I want you to refer to your books, page 90 in your books, exercise B. You're going to organize the events based on what had happened first. Maybe the picture and what happened before the picture was taken. Okay? I guess that is it for the lesson today. And thank you so much for your time.